Hello everybody, this is Mr. Rob and welcome back to another episode of MyGM Mode here on WWE 2k23, and it's a big one because it's the season finale. WrestleMania is here. No words can describe the prestige of WrestleMania. Legends are born, history is written. It's time to prove it, and we have a slim lead over SmackDown going to this show, but basically it's come down to this. If you win the ratings in WrestleMania, you win the season. Hello everybody, I'm Mr. Rob again. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you guys have enjoyed the series up to this point. I know I just did a MyGM episode, but I could not hold in my excitement. I just really wanted to do this. That is why I'm bringing you guys WrestleMania today. It's the big one. It's the finale. I want to see what happens. I want to see if we win, and I could not wait any longer. So I hope you guys can't either. If you're excited for this one, make sure you drop that like and you subscribe down below, especially if you want more wrestling content. As always, if you're interested in buying some Rogue Energy, and the referral link is in the description of all of my videos. If you click on it and use code Mr. Rob, you receive 10% off your purchase, and I get a little bit. So it's just a nice little win-win. And you like Rogue Energy, so you might as well use it. So let's go ahead. WrestleMania, obviously it's a big one, and obviously it's not going to go down how we wanted it to go down, because we figured out last episode Roman Reigns, our WWE Champion, our top superstar, actually got injured and he will miss the show. I tried to use as many injury rehab cards as I could to get him to make it, so his match with The Rock will not happen at WrestleMania. So we've had to pivot, we've had to change some things. Hopefully being without our top superstar will be okay. Also, you figured out we can't use Kofi Kingston anymore. He has been vetoed by SmackDown. So our Raw Tag Team Championship feud, which is also level 4, cannot be used as well. So we have some obstacles. It's not going to be easy to beat SmackDown, but I think I've booked a pretty solid show. I think we can get it done with the stars that we have. So let's see and take a look at the show. We're going to start off with an Extreme Rules match, the level 4 women's rivalry. It just makes sense to get it on the show. Rhea Ripley and Carmella will blow off their feud here. We'll see who wins. Bayley's going to call out Trish Stratus. I couldn't get this match on the show, and since it's only a level 1, we'll go ahead and just continue it. They'll call each other out and hopefully advance that. Hulk Hogan will face off against Edge in a tables match. I wanted to get this match on the show despite it not having any heat behind it. No rivalry, but it is Hogan versus Edge. It is kind of a dream match of sorts, so we'll have them face off against each other in a tables match. Akira Tozawa will call out Rey Mysterio, the United States Champion. Just came back recently, so he will be called out by Tozawa, who wants to end what they started. It'll be Daddy versus Son. Jey Uso versus Rikishi, one-on-one. That one should be a good one. I'm expecting good things out of that one. And then there is no Roman Reigns, so Brock Lesnar we have signed for this show and maybe beyond. So The Rock is going to call out Brock Lesnar, and they will have a little feud post-WrestleMania. If we get to that point in real life, that's what I would have had happen, so that's what's going to happen. More on that in just a little bit. We're going to have the Raw Women's Championship on the line. Asuka defends against Io Sky. And then Brock Lesnar, we did sign him, so he would turn heel, so he'd feud with The Rock post-WrestleMania. He would obviously be the bad guy, and that would maybe bleed into the Roman Reigns Championship rivalry. In our main event, so we had to change the main event. No world title line. Instead, it's Randy Orton versus Stone Cold Steve Austin inside Hell in a Cell. I just thought this would be a good one. I think this made sense just as the main event other than our World Championship match. Orton, Austin, it's another dream match. Yes, they done battle once at our last pay-per-view, but it's a level 4 rivalry. It's Hell in a Cell. It just makes sense to have these two main events our spot in WrestleMania. So I think it's a pretty solid show. Will it be enough to get it done over SmackDown? Well, we don't have to wait any more time. Let's go ahead. Let's get into it. WrestleMania is here. 5 matches. And we'll see if we can top SmackDown. Starting off with Rhea Ripley and Carmella. Extreme Rules match. And the winner is Carmella. She wins the rivalry, beats Rhea Ripley. And it was a classic. A 4.5-star match. Completes the rivalry in a great way to begin WrestleMania. Bayley calls out Trish Stratus this week, but their rivalry did grow to level 2. Hulk Hogan versus Edge, not entirely sure what to think of this one, considering there's no rivalry behind it, but it is a tables match. They are popular. Edge gets the victory, and it was a 3-star match, but Edge does get hurt, so he is injured for 3 weeks, so he goes out with a bang. And they do put on a 3-star match, which is honestly probably best case scenario for what I expected between those two. Tozawa calls out Rey Mysterio was okay, but their rivalry is back to level 2 as we look to get that one back on track. The son, Jey Uso, face off against Rikishi one-on-one, father versus son. This one would be probably my sleeper match of the night. I think it's level 2 though. Giant versus Cruiser. Let's see what this one can do. And Jey Uso gets the win over his daddy. 3-star match, excuse me. That and the rivalry grows to level 3 and it continues to a level 2. So also I think good match for that. Don't really know if I was expecting anything more, but level 3 rivalry, or level 3 stars, level 2 rivalry. I think so far it's been a pretty good show. Rock calls out Brock Lesnar is okay. It doesn't start the rivalry though, so I mean, oh well. Our only championship on the line tonight, no World Championship. Raw Tag Team Championships could be on the line either. United States Championship was not. So we had the Raw Women's Championship. Asuka has been basically the MVP of the series. She has put on phenomenal match after phenomenal match. She's been an awesome champion. Hopefully she can do the same thing with Io Sky here. Level 4 rivalry for the Raw Women's Championship. And Asuka again retains the championship. And it was a 3.5-star match, so it completes the rivalry. Asuka's basically stayed champion since the beginning when she knocked off Bayley at the very first PLE. And she's just been an absolute sensation for this series. I'm very happy we had Asuka and we drafted Asuka. Brock Lesnar would turn heel for the future. And then it comes down to the main event. Randy Orton versus Stone Cold Steve Austin. Level 4, Hell in a Cell. Can we go out with a bang? Stone Cold wins it. It ends the rivalry in 5-star fashion. That is what I hoped would happen. And it did. Stone Cold stands tall in WrestleMania, which it looks like it's in Texas. It just makes sense. A fitting ending to the show. Hopefully a fitting ending to our season. But we got to see what SmackDown can do. They're going to start off with a tag team tables match for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. John Cena and Angelo Dawkins defending against MVP and Noam Dar. And it looks like we have new champs. MVP and Noam Dar capture the SmackDown Tag Team titles in a 4-star match. Not bad. But our opening match was 4.5. So that's a good start. Bring the Dark cuts a charity promo. That's 7,000. Whoa. That's the first time I've ever seen a non-5,000 charity promo. They had 3 charity promos lined up. So SmackDown's actually going to try to beat us with the charity promos. That's not a bad strategy. I didn't even think about that. Oh, this is going to be scary. Bliss versus Doudrop one-on-one. Bliss is now back healthy. Doudrop, though, gets the victory. And it was only a 2-star match. That's good. Only 2 stars. They might have 3 charity promos, but hopefully we can beat them in the match category because Danielle Walls also gets them 5,000 fans. SmackDown Women's Championship on the line. Gigi Dolan versus Becky Lynch. And Becky Lynch picks up the victory in a 3-star match. So they also had a 3-star match there. She retains the championship, but we're still holding serve. Ivar calls out Brute Force. It gets them to level 2. The Universal Championship is on the line. Finn Balor will defend against the British Bulldog. Talk about random. I did not know the British Bulldog was even on SmackDown's roster. So, yes, it's a Universal Championship match. Yes, it is a big-time match with the British Bulldog. But this one has no rivalry behind it. So, I'm hoping that helps us out. Now, this popularity is over 60. And it looks like they're going to crown the British Bulldog as their Universal Champion in a 3.5-star match. That's actually a really good match for SmackDown with no rivalry. I'm kind of glad this season's ending because that one could take us to the woodshed. But congrats to the British Bulldog. 8,000 for R-Truth. Wow. So they gained 20,000 extra fans in just the charity. We got to hope that we beat them in the match. And they have a main event backstage brawl. Montez Ford versus Robert Roode. Can they get 5 stars out of it? Ford gets the win. And it was 4. And Robert Roode's out for 5 weeks in injury. That stinks. So we do beat them in the main event across the board. We had the better matches, better opener, better main event, better first mid-card. However, how did the charity promos affect everything? That is what's going to be the factor here. Well, we had 228,000 fans. That's a good bit. Was it enough, though? SmackDown had 191,000 fans. So it looks like we are victorious. We are the Season 1 winners. As we come to the Slammy Awards. It says Slammy Awards. Welcome to the WWE Slammy Awards. At the end of each season, you'll get the chance to celebrate everyone's accomplishments. You might even win your own Slammy Award. And we get most giant superstars on the roster. So actually these are... Let's go through these actually. So thanks to us. SmackDown had the most triple threat and fatal 4-way matches. So they get their little Slammy Award. And we win the battle. We win by 40,000 fans, and we were able to do it. And we basically beat them in every category besides their best average card quality. So we beat SmackDown in the end. It was great. I remember for a while we were behind SmackDown for most of the series. For us to come back and win, it's pretty awesome. And you know what made the difference was that movie deal that Kevin Owens did. Kevin Owens brought us a ton of money in his movie deal, and we capitalized. We were able to bring in stars like The Rock, like Rikishi, like Hulk Hogan, like Stone Cold Steve Austin. I mean, we could have signed some of these legends if it weren't for Kevin Owens taking a movie deal out of all things. So KO, I thank you. I dedicate this WrestleMania to KO Mania. So, match, here's a little bit of stats, just kind of interesting. Roman Reigns and Asuka ended up as champs. They were basically our champs for the entire series. Logan Paul had a little run with the WWE Championship, and it started off with Bayley with the women's, but they were our top superstars, and it's hard to say that nobody was more deserving, because I think they were the best for it. Rhea Ripley won the most matches with 12. Bayley gained the most popularity, as well as spent the most time injured, so that's not a good stat. Edge had the most matches booked, and the highest average rating actually went to Logan Paul, so that's kind of fun for us. As let's see what happens. Season 1 is over, and what is next? Season 2. So this journey is not over in the slightest. So it looks like we're gonna have a little bit of a draft each season. Before the draft, you'll have the chance to keep a limited number of superstars from your previous roster to prevent the other brand from using this. This is very interesting. Oh man, if we're doing the draft, I might want to save this for a future episode. Not every superstar might be interested in re-signing with you though, so it's important to make sure you keep their morale high throughout the season. Select your keepers. The commissioner restricts the number of superstars you're allowed to keep each season. This is based on your final rank for the season. The lower your rank, the more keeper slots you'll have available to you. Wow. So, we have 3 keeper slots that we can have going into the next season. Keepers cost less to re-sign than superstars in the draft. Additionally, any keepers you re-sign can't be selected by other brands during the draft. Superstars whose morale is not high enough will not want to be re-signed. So, wow. This is a pretty big deal. We get to keep some superstars going into the final, or season 2, before we shake things up. And I got 3 spots to do it. So, who do I want to keep? Well, thankfully for me, I will get to decide this in the next episode, because this is where we're going to cut this off. We win season 1, the finale, but the series is not over. We're going to continue with season 2 with this draft. So hope you guys are ready. I hope you guys have enjoyed this series and are ready for season number 2, because I know I sure am. But we beat SmackDown. We accomplished our mission in season 1, but now we got to defend and reclaim our title. So can we do it? We'll have to wait and see. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you're ready for more, make sure you drop that like and subscribe down below, especially if you want more wrestling content. This is Mr. Rob, and I'll see you in the next one.